Good morning, guys. Welcome back. So yesterday we completed roles and responsibilities of developers. Today, let's understand types of teams in the software company. Types of teams in the software company, software project. If you are working for a project, what kind of teams will be available? Okay. So mainly when you go for a software company, teams are divided into two types, guys. One is called as onshore team. Another one is called offshore team. Onshore team will be available and offshore team will be available. Onshore team means works at a client location. The team members who are working in the client location, those team members are called as onshore team members. Mainly functional people will work at the onshore location. Business people who are going to understand the client requirement, those people will be available in the onshore location. Functional team works at a onshore. That means they will go to client office. Our company employees only, but our company employees will go to the client location to understand the client business, to understand the client business model, to understand the client requirement. So these people will go to client location. The team members who are working at the client location, the team is called as onshore team. Then what is offshore team? Works at a non-client locations. Works at non-client location. For example, if you take one project, okay, we are developing a project for USA client, guys. We are developing a project for USA client, USA state government. USA state government project we are developing. There is a state, total 50 plus states available in the US. There is a state available with a name called Rhode Island. There is a state available with a name called Rhode Island. So we developed a project for the Rhode Island. That project is IES, Insurance Application. Insurance Integrated System we developed for Rhode Island state government. So who is our client now? Who is our client now? Rhode Island state government. Okay. The company who developed this project is Deloitte. At the time I was part of Deloitte company and we developed the project for USA state government. Deloitte is having offices in in Hyderabad, office available, in Bangalore, office is available, in Delhi, office is available. So Deloitte's offices are available in the Hyderabad, Bangalore and Delhi. And they are having the office in the USA also. Good. USA also they are having a office. We are developing a project for Rhode Island state government. I am from Hyderabad location. Some of my team members in Bangalore, Delhi and USA. Now from the Hyderabad company center, some people to USA to understand this state government requirement. What that state government is expecting in this software project. What we need to develop as part of that government project. So to understand the client business, to understand the client requirement, Deloitte company sent some people to Rhode Island state and they are working in the Rhode Island state only. So that means my company employees are working in the Rhode Island state. Some people from Hyderabad, some people from Bangalore, some people from Delhi, and we are working in Hyderabad location. Some of my team members working in Bangalore, Delhi. The team members who are working in these locations, that is non-client location, our team is called as offshore team. So the team which is working at non-client location, that team is called as offshore team. The people who are working in the Rhode Island state, those people are called as onshore team. Mainly who is available in the onshore? Functional team works at onshore. They will work with the client. They will go to client office. They will go to Rhode Island state government office. So state government is available. CM camp office will be available for us. PM office will be available for us, like that. In the Rhode Island state government having a office, our team will go to that Rhode Island state government office daily. They will understand the government requirement, what we need to develop in that project. So the team who is working at the client location, that team is called as onshore team. We are working from Hyderabad, Bangalore and Delhi. Our team is called as offshore team. Are you able to follow this? Now, if a company is sending you to the client location, that means you are getting on-site opportunity. So sometimes the developers also will get the on-site opportunity. What is the meaning of on-site opportunity? What is the meaning of on-site opportunity? Company will find out the best employees in the team. Company will find the best employees in the team who know everything about the project, who can handle the client meetings, who know everything about the project functionality, project development, project database, project testing, project deployment, who knows starting to ending everything about the project. Those employees will be identified by the project manager who is a gem in the project, who is a all-rounder in the project. Manager will identify that person. Manager will recommend this person to the client location. Client will tell that, boss, I want some developers to work in my office only. Whenever there is a problem, immediately we have to fix the problem, because our night time, their morning time. When they face a problem in the morning, when we will be available? After 24 hours we will be available. Their morning is our night time. So next day morning we are going to fix the problem. But the client want to fix the problem immediately. When there is a problem, we need to fix the problem immediately. To fix the problem immediately, some people should work in the US location. According to US time zone, people should work. At that time, companies will tell that clients, boss, if you want to fix the problem immediately, I will send some of my employees to your location. You take care of them. I will send the best employees to your location who can solve the problems immediately. You take care of them. So that means if you are getting that opportunity is called as on-site opportunity. That is called on-site opportunity. So that means company will send you to the client location.
Sir,
When
but why
company
people
send you
working
to
at
the client location, then client will take care of your accommodation also. Client will take care of your accommodation. Client will book the flight tickets for you. Client will book the 5-star hotels for you. Client will pay the money for your accommodation. So that is the reason people will try for on-site opportunities. Why people will try for on-site opportunity? We will go to the US. We will work in the US location. Free food, free transportation, free hotel, free accommodation. Everything is free. Apart from that, you will get the salary from the client also. Here company will pay the salary for you and the client also will pay the salary for you. Here company is paying the salary in the rupees. Client will pay the salary in the dollars. Samjha? So what is the benefit if you get the on-site? Paisa. You will get more money. So how client is going to pay the money? Client will pay the money on hourly basis, guys. Here in the India, salary is on monthly basis. But in the US, salary is on hourly basis. For example, you are working 8 hours per day. You should not work more than that in the US. As per US rules and all, employees should work for only 8 hours. If it is India, 12 घंटा 13 घंटा भी काम करना पड़ेगा, right? But when you go for US, right, so the standard is 9 to 5 job only. After 8 hours you should not stay in the company. After 9 to 5 is the timing in the US. After 5 o'clock, if you are in the office, security guard will throw you out. You should not stay in the company. The company policies will be there. Suppose in the India, 5 o'clock if you are leaving office, manager will call you. What happened to your task? Why are you leaving early? Why don't you complete? So that in the India, effort extra times we are going to work overtime. We are going to do overtime duty in the India. But in the US, standard will be there, 9 to 5. So 8 hours per day. Then client will decide your rate per hour. Client will decide the developer rate per hour. 1 hour, they are going to pay you around, if you are 3 years experience, $40 they are going to pay you. If you are 5-6 years experience, they are going to pay you $100 per hour. The price will difference based on your experience. So hourly they are going to rate you. Hourly they are going to pay the money. And that too, salary they will pay for every 2 weeks, not monthly ones. So client location will have lot of advantage. That is US standard. So if you are going to the client location, then that formalities will be there. So in the US, employees will get the salary on hourly basis, and the salary will be given to you for every 2 weeks only. So in the India, monthly basis salary will be available. Monthly package will be available here. But in the US, our rate will be available. So if you are a developer with 2 years, 3 years experience, $40 per hour. Your salary, $40 per hour. Every day you need to work 8 hours. Now, suppose you are 5-6 years experience, you are a team lead, you are a very good developer, very good cloud engineer, DevOps, you know everything. You know everything in the project. You are a all-rounder. You are the best employee in the project. Then client may pay hourly $100 for you. Then daily, how many dollars you are going to get? Come on. $800 we are going to get every day. So weekly, how many hours? 5 days weekly. Weekly, 5 days. 5 into 800. $4,000 you are getting per 1 week. Then 4,000 multiplied by 4 weeks. How many dollars you are getting? $16,000. Now convert into rupees. 16,000 multiplied by today's market is 85. How much salary you are getting? 13 lakhs per month. 13 lakhs per month. That is the reason people will go for on-site. People will try for on-site. Suppose if you work in the India with 5 years experience, maximum 1 to 2 lakh salary you are going to get. If you go to US, 13 lakhs salary will be available. You need to pay anything for hotel, anything for food, anything for transportation. Who will pay that? Client will pay that. Worst scenario, $50 per hour. How many dollars you are going to get now? Per month, 8,000. $8,000 multiplied by 85 rupees today market rate. How much salary? 6,80,000. Okay, leave that 80,000 also. 6 lakh salary we are getting per month in the US. हाँ, 2-3 साल काम करके एक बैग लेके आना इंडिया को. You got my point? हाँ, that is the reason why Indians are going to US. Because of this scenario only. So the Indian people, why people are trying for MS? Why people are going for MS? MS 1 year they will do. In that MS, do you think that they will go to college? Weekly 1 day college will be available for them. Remaining 5 days they will do part-time job. Part-time job also hourly $20 you are going to get. Per hour $20, $15 they will give you for part-time. So if you are working if you are going to the US as a student, at least you need to earn $2,000, $3,000 per month. Otherwise you cannot survive there. Okay guys, you got my point, right? So you understand what is onshore team and what is offshore team? What is onshore team? Works at the client location. Offshore team works at the non-client locations. So we developed a project for Rhode Island state and we are working in the Hyderabad location from the Deloitte company. But our team members, some team members went to Rhode Island. They got on-site opportunity, right? How this on-site opportunity will come? Do you think that company will send everybody to on-site? Who will get the on-site opportunity? The best resources in the project, who knows everything in the project, database design, cloud infrastructure, development, testing, deployment, operations. If you are all-rounder, then you will get the opportunity to work in the client location. Sir, how to go to client location? If you want to work in the USA, there is a concept called visa. You need to have the visa in order to go for US. Directly you can't book the flight ticket and you can't go to US. So if you want to go to US, visa is required. What kind of visa will be available? Here, B1 visa will be available, L1 visa will be available, H1 visa will be available, F1 visa will be available. These are the visas that are available, that US government is offering these visas. If you get that visa, then you can go for the US. F1 visa, nothing but student visa. What is the F1 visa? Student. So you need to write the IELTS exam. you need to apply for the universities in the US. So university will confirm your admission. Then you can go to US. When you go to US on the F1, you cannot do a job. Only part-time job you can do. Regular jobs you cannot do when you are having F1 visa in the US. 2 years visa will be available. You need to complete your masters in the 2 years of time. Okay. If you want to stay in US, at least you should have one visa. It can be B1 or L1 or H1 or F1. So generally what people will do, people will apply for F1. They will get the admission from the college. They will go to US. 2 years MS they will do. In that 2 years, they will do the part-time job. After 2 years, their education completed. They will apply for the job. If they don't get the job, can you stay in the US? No, without job, you cannot stay in the US. Then what people will do? Again, they will do one more PG course. Again, they will do the masters. 2 to 3 times people will do the masters in the US because they have to stay in the US means they should have one visa. If they are not getting any visa, they will join in a college. They will pay the fees for the college. So people will do 2 to 3 times MS in the US if you are not getting the jobs, if you are not getting the visas. If you want to work in the US as an employee, you should get the H1 visa. If you have the H1, then only you can work for the companies in the US. That H1 visa limit will be available. 2 years permit will be available for the H1. People will go to F1 visa, will go to the US, will do the MS for 2 years. Once their F1 visa is completed, they will apply for H1. But how H1 will be coming? That is a lottery. H1 visa is a lottery system. Yearly 50-60 lakh people will apply for the H1 visa. From that 50-60 lakhs, US government will select 1 lakh visas from the lottery. If you get that lottery, you can go to US and you can work. Suppose if you don't get the lottery, you are gone. You will not get the visa. Now I assume that I'm in US on F1 visa. My education completed 2 years. I applied for H1. Unlucky. In the lottery, my visa is not picked up. Then what I need to do? I need to join in the college again. Again, I need to do the master. Otherwise, US government will not allow me to stay in the US. Either you need to be on the H1 or you need to be on the F1 if you want to stay in the US. If you are in the H1, you can do the full-time job. If you are in the F1, you have to do the part-time job. Are you getting my point? And now Indians also, now if you are a good person, if you are a all-rounder, company will apply the H1 visa for you. When company apply for the H1, you are very talented. Company applied for the H1. Luck also required here. Luck also required because company want to send you to US. Client location. Client is calling. Ashok, come. You are very good developer. Come to my location. Client will apply for my H1 visa. What is that H1? Client is telling to US government, my employee is available in the India. That employee I need to work in my office. He is very talented employee. If that employee is not available, my project operations are getting delayed. I want Ashok to work in the US. That information will send it to the US government. That is called H1 visa. One company should invite you to the US. That is called H1. When you apply for H1, client will apply for your H1. So like this, so many companies will apply for the H1 for their employees. Then it will go to the lottery system. In that lottery, US government will pick up the H1 visa. If you get that lottery, then you can go to US. If you don't get that lottery, you are bad luck. We can't do anything. Yearly, US people are giving 80,000 to 1 lakh H1 visas in the lottery system. I think last year, 26 lakh people applied for the H1, 65,000 got selected in the lottery. Are you guys getting my point? Luck is also required for that. Are you clear? Huh. H1 visa. What is the L1? L1 means company will directly send the person to that US. Suppose now I am working in the, assume that my previous company, Deloitte. Now Deloitte company will tell to US, I want to give L1 visa for company employee. Ashok is working in Hyderabad. I want Ashok to work in the US. Ashok is a technical person. Without this technology, my project is not working properly in the US. I want that person to work here. Then US government will call you for the L1 visa interview. L1 visa interview is a technical interview for you. Client will tell, Ashok is a Java developer. I want this Java developer to come. Then client will ask, so many Java developers available in the US. Why Ashok only should come to the US? You need to prove your skills in the L1 interview. Technically, you need to prove why are you going. Then company will give you L1 visa. Then you can go to US, you can work for the same company. Which company giving the L1? You need to work for the same company. You can't change the company when you go with the L1 visa. But if you go with H1, you can work for any company. And B1, what is B1? Business visa. You want to go for a trip. I want to go for US for a trip for 1 month, for 1.5 months, 2 months, my family vacation, something like that. If you have a trip plan, then you can apply for B1 visa. If you want to work, either company should give you L1 or H1. What is L1? Work permit. But where you need to work? In the say, if you are getting the L1 from the Deloitte, in the US also you need to work for only Deloitte company. If you get the H1, you can go for any job, any company you can apply in the US, H1. Now, our Indians are very smart, right? Assume that people in my, I will tell you, my team lead in 2016, my team lead available, he is having 8 years experience at that time. He's a very good resource, very good all-rounder. He know everything in the project. Deloitte company filed a visa. His name is Putin. My team lead in the Deloitte company, Putin. Deloitte company filed a visa, H1 visa for this guy. He's having luck. He got the H1 visa in the lottery. My company sent to US. They told that, Putin, we are giving on-site opportunity for you. 3 months or 6 months, you will work in the client location. After 6 months, you should come back to India. That is the agreement. Once you come back, we will send one more person to the US. Then this guy went to US. He worked in the company for 3 months. Then company told that, boss, आपका time हो गया, वापस आना पड़ेगा. Then what he has done? He resigned for the Deloitte. He joined in another company in the US. Why? He don't want to come back. Why he don't want to come back? Here, how much is salary? 1 lakh salary. There, 6 lakh salary. So that's why people will go to the US on one company H1 visa. After going to the US, they will resign to the company. They will join in the another company. And in the US, notice period is 1 week only. In the India, notice period 2 months, 3 months will be available. But in the US, maximum 15 days. Within 15 days, you can change the job. Now, suppose you are in Infosys in the India. If you want to go to other company, notice period 3 months. Do you know what is notice period? We'll discuss all those things. 3 months notice period you have to serve. Then only you can go to other company. But in the US, how much notice period? 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks. So now I am working in one company. I want to go for another company. I can resign. Within 2 weeks, I can join in the another company. But in the India, Indian companies are following minimum 2 months, 3 months notice period. Within 3 months, you can't change. Within these 3 months of time, you can't change the company. If you want to change the company, 3 months before you have to resign. But in the US, 15 days is sufficient. So that's why most of the people who are going on H1 visa, they will change from one company to another company. They don't want to come back. Once they are in the H1 visa, then they will apply for green card. What is green card? Like our Aadhaar card. So if you are a Aadhaar card, what is the meaning of that? You are an Indian citizen, you will get Indian government benefits. If you want to stay in the US, green card. Green card means US citizen. So people will go to US, they will work there and they will apply for the green card. Once they get the green card, they will become US citizen. Then they can do anything in the US. That is the story. Good. So you got the clarity. What is onshore and what is offshore? Onshore means working at client location. Mainly who will be working at the client location? Functional team works at client location. What is offshore? Offshore team works at the non-client location. So to go to the client location, if client is US, suppose you are working in Hyderabad, your client is in Mumbai. You are working in Hyderabad, your client is in Mumbai. Then what is your on-site?
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Mumbai. You will go to Mumbai location as a on-site. That's it. Yes, sir. Tell me.
Sir, why people are working at night shift, sir?
Some people, client want them to work in the night shift. They want to support for the client location. Our night shift is their daytime na. Any problem occurs in their daytime, we need to solve them.
Then why client calls the particular person to the onshore?
They want to work, sir. Always working remote is different. Working directly with people is different. Na?
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Got the clarity? What is on-site and what is offshore? Onshore, offshore. Onshore team and offshore team. So we are working in office at Hyderabad. So we are called as offshore. Who will be available in the onshore? Functional team will be available in the onshore. And tomorrow, when you go for interview, they will ask one question in the interview. Have you ever communicated with your client? Have you ever communicated with your client? That is the question they will ask in the interview. To be frank, we will never get the chance to communicate with the client. Can you communicate with the client directly? No. So we will communicate with the functional team. Functional team will communicate with the client. Directly you cannot call to the client. Directly you cannot chat with the client. If you have any requirement, suppose I did not understand one screen functionality. Can I directly make a message to the client? Boss, what do you want me to develop? No. Direct access will not be available to communicate with the clients. Between the developers and the client, one pillar, one mediator will be available. Who is that mediator? Functional team. So if you are having any confusion on the requirement, you should talk to functional team. Functional team will talk to client. They will get the clarity from the client. Then functional team will give you the clarity on your doubt. Directly you cannot communicate with the client. In the interview, if anybody asks you, did you get the chance to communicate with the client? No, we have onshore team. We will communicate with the onshore team. My onshore team will communicate with the client. Directly, I don't have access to communicate with the client. Like that, you need to give the answer. But some people will tell, yes, I have communicated. What is the meaning of that? Fake. Fake. In my 11 years, I did not get the chance to, I worked for very big MNC companies. I worked for banking companies. All my clients are US only, but I did not get the chance to communicate with them. We cannot. Even our manager also cannot communicate with the client. Who will communicate with the client? Functional team will communicate with the client. And we will communicate with the functional team. Functional team will communicate with the clients. Are you clear? Onshore and offshore teams will be available. So daily meetings will happen for onshore and offshore team. My team is working in US who are working with the client. What is the business update today? What is client business? How the business is happening today? How the application is running today? Is there any problem available at the application in the client location? Every day the communication meeting will be available. Every day meetings will happen between onshore and offshore. Every day. That is what I told you. You need to join the functional discussions. What is the first point I told? We need to participate in the functional discussion. Who will be there in the functional discussion? Onshore and offshore teams will be available. The communication, the meeting that we are having between onshore and offshore, that meeting is called bridge call. There will be a bridge call. Bridge meet. So they will say that today we have bridge with onsite. What is the meaning of a bridge with onsite? Meeting with on-site team. So you need to understand the terminology. Manager will tell you, Ashok, today evening at 6 o'clock, we have a bridge with on-site. That means we have a meeting with the on-site team today at 6 p.m. I need to join that meeting. I need to understand what they are explaining. If I have any questions, I need to ask them. How that bridge calls will happen? Nowadays in the company, people are using Teams software. Now I am using Zoom software. So here if you see, in the online 82 people are there. Okay, they are from different states, they are from different countries, and I am in Hyderabad Amirpet. How I am communicating with them? By using Zoom. This is a bridge call. So those people joining from different states, I'm joining from Hyderabad Amirpet. We all are in one meeting and we are discussing about the subject. So in the company also, every day meetings will happen like this only. Today I am using Zoom software for the meetings, for online meetings. In the company, we will use a software called Microsoft Teams software. What is the software name? Microsoft Teams. To check whether you are a genuine experience or fake experience, in the interview, we will ask this question also. How you will communicate with your team members in the meeting? Which is software you will use to join the meetings in the company? So what is the software name? Companies are using Microsoft Teams software. In that Teams software, you can conduct the meetings and you can do the chatting with your company employees also. For example, my friend is available in Bangalore. So he's my team member. I want to send one document to my friend. I can send in the Teams as a message. Suppose, for example, my friend is available. I want to send one email to my friend. Okay, then I can send that email. He is not replying to that email. Then I will message him, boss, I sent you a email. Please check that email and reply to my email. So like that, you can communicate with your team. You can communicate with all the employees in that company by using the Teams. Chat will be available. Chat option will be available in the Teams. And meetings we are going to conduct by using Teams software. Earlier, people used Skype, but today in the market, Microsoft Teams is having a lot of demand. 99% of companies are using Microsoft Teams software for the meetings, bridge calls, and chatting will happen. On-site, offshore. Offshore, onshore teams will communicate through Teams meeting every day. I told you, these meetings, right? All these meetings will happen in the which software? Microsoft Teams only, because people will be working from different locations now. So every day meetings will be available. All these meetings will happen with a software called Microsoft Teams software. So that is also a interview question. How you will participate in the meetings? Which software you will use to join in the meetings? If you don't know that name, that means you are a fake experienced person. So you should know all this terminology. Very good. So we understood there are two types of teams, onshore and offshore teams will be available. Next one, what are the day-to-day activities of a developer in the company? Okay, now you joined in the company, how your day will start in the company and how your day will end in the company. Day-to-day activities. This is also interview question. So they will ask in the interview, can you tell me about yourself, self-introduction? Can you tell me your roles and responsibilities as a developer? Can you tell me about your project architecture? Can you tell me your day-to-day activities? That means every day what you will do in the company, how your day will start, how your day will end in the company. What are your day-to-day activities? So every day, the very first thing, guys, first thing that we need to do in the company, suppose 11 o'clock is your office, either online work from home or work from office. 11 o'clock we will join, right? Immediately after your work is started, once you go to office or once you open your laptop, the very first thing is we need to check our company email, company provided mail. We need to check our email. Company will give you one email ID. Okay, so that email you need to check. That email is a Outlook. Outlook emails will be available. You need to check your email. Any in the company, almost everything will be communicated through emails only. Tomorrow, if there is a meeting, for that you will get an email. Tomorrow, you need to submit one task. For that, you will get an email. So there is something which is not working in the project. You will get an email. They want to assign some task. You will get an email. So today, manager want to meet you personally. There will be an email. So your performance is not good. Manager want to talk to you. There will be an email. In the company, your background verification failed. HR department will send an email. So every communication will happen through emails only in the company. So every day, for every 10 to 15 minutes, we need to check the email. So any update that you need to get through emails only. So whenever you start your work now, every day, the first thing that we need to do is you need to check your email so that you will understand what is the plan for today. Is there any problem in the project? Is there any escalation in the project? And is there any task that you need to complete on priority? Okay. Is there any assignment for today? Is there any meeting today? Everything you can find in the emails only. So the very first thing that you need to do, we need to check our email and give replies if required. Somebody sent you an email asking some document. So once you read that email, immediately you need to send the reply to that email with the required document. Okay, team lead sent you a message. Ashok, can you send me one of the configuration file of our microservice that I need to send in the email? Okay, Ashok, can you send me last week? You have implemented one functionality in the project. Can you send me the document of that? What is the documentation you have done? I need to reply. So we need to read the emails and we need to give the replies for those emails if required. Then after this, check meetings calendar. Today, what are the meetings are scheduled for you? Today, there may be a backlog grooming meeting. There may be a sprint planning. There may be a retrospective. There may be a functional discussion. So any meeting which is available for today, you need to identify that calendar. In the Outlook, calendar will be available. It will show you today what meeting is available, at which time, and where that meeting is available will be available in the Teams calendar as well as in your email calendar also. Check meetings calendar and prepare accordingly. Suppose today there is a meeting on the functional discussion. So you need to prepare your questions ready before going for that meeting. In that meeting, you can ask the question. Suppose today there is a review meeting is available. You need to prepare to speak in that meeting. What went well, what went wrong. If you have any idea, how to share that idea in the meeting. Today there is a bug triage meeting. So that means some bugs they have identified. You need to cross check your code is working as expected or not before going to the meeting. So if any meetings available in the calendar, you need to prepare for those meetings accordingly. Are you clear? Then, so we need to check your emails and we need to check our calendar and prepare accordingly. Then after, check Jira dashboard. Check the Jira dashboard for work assignments. Task. What task they have assigned for you today? What tasks are pending in the project? That project task will be allocated to you through one software called Jira. Jira is called as a project management software. Manager will not send the task directly to your WhatsApp message. Manager will send the task to you in the Jira. So once email checking is completed, once replies are completed, you check the meetings. Today you joined at 11 o'clock. At 11:15 there is a meeting. Then immediately you need to join that meeting. Okay, suppose once today morning if there is no meeting available, then check the Jira. What you will find in the Jira? What you will find in the Jira? What are the tasks are assigned on your name? What is your work for today that will be available in the Jira dashboard? Check for the work assignment. If work is already assigned, then you have to work on that. If work is not assigned, then you need to find out what is pending task available in the Jira. You take that task, you work on that task. So in some projects, team lead manager will assign the task. In some project, nobody will assign the task for you. You need to assign the task on your own. In my project, we don't assign task for our juniors. Our juniors will go to Jira. They will check what is pending. They will take the task and they will work on the task. They will complete the task. Nothing but individual contributors. Everybody responsible to do the work. So it's not like one person will tell you what to do. You are a employee. You are individual contributor. You need to find out what is pending. You need to take it and you need to complete it. So that is the scenario nowadays in the industry. So 5-6 years back, companies used to follow a mechanism. Team lead will assign the task to the team member. Today, there is no team lead concept. Everything is Scrum Master. So nobody will assign the task. You need to go to Jira. You should find out which tasks are pending. You take the task, you work on that, you complete it. Then go for next task, take that and complete that. That is, then repeat. Then repeat. Right? Check Jira dashboard for work assignment. If any task assigned, then complete it. Work on it. work on it and complete it. Work on it. If a task is not assigned, yes, if task not assigned, find pending tasks in sprint and assign to yourself and work on it. If task is not assigned, you should not sit, you should not do the time pass. If task is not assigned, that doesn't mean that you need to do time pass. If task is not assigned to you, you should check in the Jira. What are the pending tasks available? You take that task and you assign the task to your name and you work on that. For example, there is no pending task in the project. There is no task available for you. There is no pending. Every task is already completed by our team members. Then if there is no task for you, immediately you need to tell to your tech lead, team lead or manager, today I don't have any work. You need to tell them, today there is no work for me. Tell me what I need to do. Suppose if you don't tell to manager, what manager will think? You are doing something, but actually you are doing nothing. In the evening, in the status call, you will not have anything to update. Today from morning onwards, I am not doing anything. Can you tell that in the status? If you say I don't have any work from today morning, what will happen? If you say that I don't have any work, they will question you. If you don't have your work, then please inform. We will give you some work for you. So that's what. If any task assigned, then work on it. If task not assigned, find pending tasks in Jira Sprint and assign to yourself and work on. If no pending tasks available, to work, then inform to your management. Then they will assign the task for you. If task is not available, they may ask you to work on some documentation. They may ask you to work on some research. They may ask you to take some KT classes for the juniors. So if there is no task for you, you tell to your management. Management people will assign the task for you. But you should not sit idle. Okay, fine. So Jira dashboard, you need to check for work assignment. Are you clear with this point? If any task assigned to you, then work on it. If task not assigned, then find pending tasks in the sprint and assign to yourself and work on it. Suppose if no pending tasks available to work, then inform to your management, then they will assign the task for you. Then they will assign some task for you. If they don't assign task also, then you are free. I told to my manager, boss, today I don't have any work. Manager told that, okay, Ashok, I will send you something. Then he forgot it. Then I can enjoy. Why? In the evening, I will tell, I don't have anything to do today. Then why you did not inform? I already informed to manager. He forgot it. So always you need to play a safe game. Tell to manager, I don't have anything to do today. If a manager gives something, then you work on it. If manager did not give anything, nothing to do. That day, you can watch reels in the Insta. Right. Fine. Check the Jira dashboard for work assignment. Okay. Then every day, I need to join Scrum call and give work updates to Scrum Master. Join Scrum call and give work updates to Scrum Master. So you are working on something na, join Scrum call and give work updates to Scrum Master. That means what you have done for today, that you need to update to your Scrum Master. So how you will give the work update to the Scrum Master? Hi Steve, today I am working on the Jira story number 3257. It is related to login functionality implementation in our application. I am working on that. That a task will be completed by tomorrow. And I don't have any problems to complete this task. That means I don't have any showstoppers. I don't have any challenges to complete this task. I will complete it by tomorrow. That information we need to tell to Scrum Master in the Scrum call. Every day Scrum call will happen. Every team member will join the Scrum call, will tell the what I am doing, when it will complete. Do I have any challenge to complete? I should inform to my Scrum Master. So every day that Scrum call also will be available. Good. What are our day-to-day activities? Day-to-day activities of developer. What is the first step we need to do? We need to check our email and give the replies to that email if required. Then what is the next one? Check meetings calendar and prepare accordingly to join that, to join those meetings. What is the next one? Check Jira dashboard for the work assignment. If any task is assigned, then work on it. If a task not assigned, then find pending tasks in the sprint and assign to yourself and work on it. If no pending tasks available, then inform to the management. Then they will assign some work for you. Then what you need to do next? Join Scrum call and give the work updates to Scrum Master. Okay, so these are the day-to-day activities will be available for a developer. When I say meetings, those meetings can be functional discussion, backlog grooming, sprint planning, retrospective, functional discussion, anything. So based on the time, you need to join that meeting. That whatever the task is available, this task may be related to coding, may be related to testing, may be related to deployment, may be related to any other documentation, whatever the task. It does not mean that every day we will do only development. No, development will not be there every day. Today my task is development, tomorrow my task is testing, day after tomorrow my task is deployment. So like this, tasks are going to change. So Java developer means every day we will not write the Java code. Every day we will not write the Java code. Some days coding will be there. Some days testing will be there. Some days documentation will be available. Some days deployment will be available. Unit testing will be available. Logging will be available. So depends on the project requirement. The tasks will be available and you need to take them and you need to work on and you need to complete. Clear? So if anybody asks you, what are day-to-day activities you are doing in the company, you need to tell these 4 points. Are you clear with day-to-day activities of developer? Roles and responsibilities as a developer? Yes, developer, these are very, very, very important interview questions and damn sure interview questions. So when you attend the interview, what question first they will ask you? Tell me about yourself. How to explain about yourself? Self-introduction. If you don't know how to explain about yourself, you go through my video. I have given self-introduction. Yeah. So in this video, I have explained how to introduce about yourself as a developer in the interview. So 5 minutes you can explain about your self-introduction if you watch that video. In that video, I have given the answer. If anybody asks you, tell me about yourself, how to give the answer. So I have divided that into 3 parts and you can watch that video. Just type self-introduction Ashok IT. This is for all software developers. Software developers, how to answer, tell me about yourself question. How to explain developers roles and responsibilities in the software job. This video also I have given. So already roles and responsibilities I explained in the yesterday class. Day-to-day activities I have explained today. Self-introduction video is available. So you go through all these 3 concepts, 3 interview questions, and you practice them in your mobile with a selfie recording. After recording, then you listen to your answer. So then you will realize your self-introduction is good or bad. If it is good, okay. If it is bad, practice again and reshoot. So 10 to 15 times each question you have to practice, then you will get the perfection. In the Monday session, I will ask you those 3 questions. Tell me about yourself, explain your roles and responsibilities, explain your day-to-day activities as a developer. Everybody should answer those 3 questions on the dais. You need to give the answer for these 3. Because if you don't answer these 3 questions properly, then they will not take your technical interview. First these 3 questions, then only they will go for the technical round. And one more question they are going to ask you. First one, tell me about yourself. Second one, explain your roles and responsibilities. Explain your roles and responsibilities in the project. Third one, what are your day-to-day activities in company, in job. Then fourth one, they will ask you, explain about your project. After these 4 questions are completed, then your technical interview will start. Java concepts, Java 8 concepts, Spring Boot, microservices, security, cloud, front end, back end, database. Those questions will start once these 4 questions are completed. If you are not able to answer these 4, do you think that people will conduct your interview for next another 30 minutes? If you are not able to explain these things, why to waste another 30 minutes? They will stop your interview, they will reject you. So that's why I want you to practice this project explanation we will do. Upcoming classes, we will learn about the project. Whatever the project I'm explaining in the class, same project you can keep in the resume also to attend the interviews. That is a full stack project with a Spring Boot microservices backend and front end is Angular. E-commerce project we are going to develop. What is that e-commerce project? That video also I have given to you. That project we are going to develop in our class. Tell me about yourself. The YouTube, the video is available. Just type self-introduction with Ashok IT. You will get the answer for that. Roles and responsibilities, we discussed yesterday. Day-to-day activities, we discussed it today. All these 3 questions, you should practice with video by recording the video in your mobile. Each one 10 to 15 times you need to practice, guys. Then you listen to that. If it is not good, delete and record. Once you feel this is good, then send it to my number. I have given my number. Send your video to my number. I will see how you are explaining about that. Any corrections are required, I will tell you. In the Monday, in the class, you have to explain answer for these 3 questions. So practice is very important, guys. So this kind of a mock interviews are very important. So if you explain in front of me, then you will lose your stage fear. Tomorrow you can do better than that in the interview when you go for the real company interview. So mock interviews will be available for you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi, good morning.
Yeah, sir, one more question is there that why you want to quit your current job?
I will explain that. I will explain that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so therefore, what we learned today, guys? Day-to-day activities of developers. Yes, sir. What is the biggest challenge you are facing in your current company? How you will overcome that? Why you want to leave the current company? These are common questions. I will give answers for them. So there is a separate module for that. In our course, if you see, what is the last module in our course? In the course content, if you see, In that, we are going to discuss all the common questions which they are going to ask you. So what is the biggest challenge you faced as a developer? How you solved it? What is the complex task you developed in your project? What is the recent functionality you completed in the project? Okay. And why you want to change your job? All these things we are going to discuss in the interview preparation. Once your project is completed, then last resume preparation, all those things I will explain as part of that last module. I got it? Yeah. Fine. So with this, we are good for today. And tomorrow, Sunday, no class. We have the next class on Monday. From Monday, we are going to start with our tools concepts, guys. Okay. So the basic introduction part is completed. From Monday, we are going to start with the tools, right? Fine. Thank you, guys. Offline students, any questions?
Sir, should I have a question, sir?
1 minute. Online students, give me 2 minutes time. Offline people, anybody having any questions? No. And class is from morning 7:30 to 9 o'clock. After the class is completed, I want, if you are attending Spring Boot, then 9:30 class will be available. The people who don't know Spring Boot, for them 9:30 Spring Boot class will be available from Monday. We will send you the Zoom link to your WhatsApp number, guys. Okay. And the people after attending this Java project and Spring Boot, then you should sit in the lab and you need to practice. Everyday tasks will be available for you. Whatever I'm explaining in the class, after the class is completed, you need to sit in the lab and you need to practice. I will be available for your lab sessions also. If you are getting any problem, I will solve those problems for you. So mentor will be available and I also will be available here. If you get any question, any problem while practicing, you can directly come to me. I will tell you how to solve that problem. Without practice, there is no use of doing the course. Got my point? Good. Thank you, guys.
Sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.